Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy 2016. This is my first video of the year, and this is probably one of my favorite videos to do for the entire year. So basically what this video is going to be is a overall 100% on my holy grail products of 2015. These are products that I could not have done without this year. Some of them are a little bit more new. I just started using them the past couple months, but either way they made it to this list because they are bomb.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. The first thing I'm going to start with is foundation. Definitely hands down my favorite foundation of the entire year, Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I am a full coverage kind of gal, and this is amazing. Every time I want to do my makeup just to look flawless and to look super full coverage and really go out and do my makeup, this is what I use. I love this because it is something you can put on lightly and it won't be too cakey on your skin, but you can cake this up to look like an absolute porcelain doll. So that's what I'm into, and this absolutely hands down favorite foundation, not even just of this year, I think ever of my entire life. So I love you. I tried a lot of concealers this year, and I was really hoping that I would find one that just blew this one out of the water, but nope, this is still my favorite of all time. This is the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. I just found it does the best job. It's the best coverage, and that's really what I look for in a concealer. So MAC has a customer for life. Moving on to setting powders. I really only want to do one product for each category, but there are some categories that I just could not pick one. So if this is one of those categories, I chose two. I chose two because they're kind of for different things. The first powder that I want to talk about that is definitely a favorite from 2015 is the Mercier Translucent Powder. I started using this when I started using the baking technique more, and that's what I absolutely love this for. I don't put this all over my face. That's not something I've done yet. Maybe I'll try it out soon, but that's primarily what I love this for. There's no color to it. It's translucent powder, so it really does just give me that really matte look. So if that's what you're going for, this is your powder. But for me, I use this so much. I can't even believe I still have as much left as I do, but I will definitely invest in many more to come of these because this is awesome. The other powder I want to talk about is from Nye. This is the luxury powder in banana, and the reason why I had to choose this in addition is because this has a little bit more color to it. So for me, I really love this for the yellow tint that it has. So I will use this really under my eyes. I also use this to bake under my eyes, and it's just amazing. So I really couldn't have done without these two products this past year. So this year was definitely a year of the contour palettes. I think Anastasia was like the first one to come out with one and then flooded the market with contour palettes. I pretty much tried them all, I'd say, and there's a few that just stand out to me. So I want to show you first my contour palette that I love the best, and then what my favorite bronzing color was this month. And by month, I mean year. Although Anastasia was the queen who started all this contouring, Kat Von D won it for me. This palette right here is phenomenal. I pretty much use this every single time I do my makeup, so I am shocked that I still have like this much product in here. These colors are really awesome as well. I never really used this one right here, but this yellowish one I used when I wasn't baking, when I wasn't using the Nye Banana Powder. Fantastic for under the eyes, just to brighten them up and really set that area. And this was a little bit more of a peachy tone, so I didn't use this as much as this one, but I did throughout the whole year use it. So overall, this is definitely the best contour palette that I used this entire year, and I have nothing else to say. So those are my favorite contouring shades, but as far as bronzers, I definitely have one that is a total standout. Absolutely love it. And that is the Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. It looks like I haven't even used any, but this used to be like a dome. That's how much I've used. I think when I'm a little bit dark, which I never really am because I feel like a vampire, but this is the best product and I couldn't live without it. I pretty much use this every single time I use my makeup as well. So I love you too. Holy year of the highlighters. I, of course, am guilty, as are most of the women in this world. Highlighting, strobing took over this year, and I couldn't be more excited about it because it's a trend that I hope never leaves. Even if it does leave, I'm sticking with it. Who doesn't want to look super glowy, bright, luminous? I just don't understand who wouldn't want to. With that being said, so many people came out with highlighters this year. I narrowed it down to two because they're two very different colors, but it was super hard to choose which ones. As far as the highlight shade that I used the most and the most universal that I would use even when I didn't put a lot of makeup on, I had to go with BECCA's highlight, and this is Champagne Pop. This is the collab with Jaclyn Hill. It is just such a universal highlighter, and it's gorgeous. I mean, the pigmentation on this is probably better than any of the highlighters that I have. I mean, this actual formula is phenomenal. I haven't tried any of their other highlighters, but knowing the formula of this, maybe in the next year I'll try out some of their other colors. Let me know if you like some of the other ones of theirs and which ones I should try. But this, hands down, favorite overall general highlighter of the year. The other highlighter I want to talk about, I almost didn't want to throw in here because it's pretty new in the last year. I've only had it for like 2 months, 2-3 months, but that just shows you that it made it into this video. That's how much I love it. It is the MAC Oh Darling highlighter. When I first got this, I was like, no way, this is not going to be my favorite, because the Laura Geller Gilded Honey was definitely my favorite at that time. But then I started dipping my brush into MAC's Fix Plus before I put this on, and total game changer. Again, it shows you how much I love this product that I've only had it for a couple months, and it made it into this video. So highlighters this year, gotta go with BECCA Cosmetics, the Champage Pop, and the MAC Oh Darling. Moving on to blush, I am definitely one of those people that cannot choose one blush in life. When I put something on, I literally just dab my brush into 50 different things, and that is my color. So a lot of times people ask me what blush I'm wearing, and it's so hard for me to tell you because I literally just took my brush and just went all over my actual Z palette. With that being said, I did choose one that I felt I dabble into every single time, even if I dabble into 50. This is one I always hit. It's just a very universal shade, and I use this a lot in my kit this year as well. It's just so beautiful and so natural and just amazing. It is in the shade Melba, and this is from MAC. This is just the pan. I honestly don't know how I haven't gone through this entire pan. I mean, I literally use it every time I do my makeup, so I cannot live without this. Melba, MAC, boom. Moving on to the eye area, I guess I can start with eyeliner. I think you probably know hands down what my favorite eyeliner has been this year. I didn't really discover it till the beginning of this year, and it's pretty much all I've used. It is the Inglot Gel Liner in number 77 Black. I did get other colors of this year, and I didn't really care for those. I didn't really feel like they were as pigmented and really held the color as well as the black does. But that's okay, because this is the color I use most often. But this is just phenomenal. I recommend it to everybody. I always use it in my waterline, and I always use it for my wing. It's obviously what I have on today. It is just amazing. It stays on there, and it doesn't budge. So if you're a beginner, this probably isn't a good one for you, because if you get the wrong stroke, it ain't coming off until the end of the night or tomorrow. Eyeshadows were really hard for me to choose because, well, just like blushes, I always use like 50 of them. I definitely couldn't choose one, but I chose a couple in different categories, if that's okay. I wanted to choose one foiled eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. This was just phenomenal. This is in the shade Starry Eyed. It just is so beautiful. These foiled shadows from Makeup Geek, you can't beat them. They're $10 and they are just phenomenal. As far as actual eyeshadows, there's no way in hell I could choose one. There's no way in hell I could choose two. So I chose 4, and by 4 I mean just 4, not 7. And there are these 4 right here. These are pretty much like the neutral shades that I do 90% of the time. 2 of them are MAC and 2 of them are Makeup Geek. And this one right here, I honestly didn't think that I would even care about this color because it is just so plain Jane, but ooh. But it is soft brown from MAC. I use this in the crease as a transition shade pretty much every single time I do my makeup. It doesn't even look like it would come out on my skin tone, but it somehow does. And it's super buildable and I adore it. I cannot live without it. So this is, again, soft brown from MAC. Also from MAC is Brown Script. I think in 90% of my tutorials I use this. I try not to use the same products all the time in tutorials, but I just couldn't help this. It's such a warm, beautiful shade, especially if you're bronzing your face and everything's just bright and bronzy and warm. This is your best friend. I love you too. I definitely wore a lot of burgundy shades this year as far as eyeshadows, and this one was just so universal for me. This is Bitten from Makeup Geek. I don't even know what else to say about this. I ended up using it in so many tutorials, especially in a lot of my body painting tutorials. You probably wouldn't notice because I didn't video all those, but I just used it so much, and it just paired so well with a nude lip, which is pretty much what I wore all of this year. So Bitten is definitely hands down probably my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadow of all the ones I have. That is a huge statement, but Bitten is definitely, oh shit, we're okay. Now as far as a primer for the eyes, I didn't really use primers for my eyes up until this year, but this year I kind of realized once I started using it, I couldn't do my makeup without it, and that is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I mean, the color itself is definitely my favorite. I think this formula in general is my favorite. A lot of people say it's too tacky and too sticky, but It is exactly what I need. It does a fantastic job of really helping the longevity of your eyeshadow and also making it look a little bit more vibrant. So I have definitely noticed when I do not use this a huge difference. So I could not live without this past year. Again, this is MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Wow, I have a lot of MAC products here. I had no idea I was such a MAC fiend. I could probably do an entire video just on lip products because, oof, looking at the lip products that I bought this year, I could never buy another lip product in my life and be set. I started off the year really into liquid lipsticks from Anastasia, and then I just started new brands, started trying new brands, and really discovered some that I just liked a little bit more. I still love my Anastasia liquid lipsticks. They were definitely a favorite of the 2015 year, but they weren't my only favorite. One of the newer favorites that is definitely what I'm going to show you as my top favorite of the year for a liquid lipstick is LA Splash. These are the Lip Coutures. I only have 3 of these right now, but they're phenomenal. I just started purchasing them probably a couple months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and hands down the best liquid lipstick formula that I've tried so far. I just wish the color selection was a little bit more realistic for me. They just have a lot of crazy colors, which I love, but I want a bit more wearable colors like Anastasia's colors. So in general, LA Splash, they definitely won for liquid lipstick. So that was my favorite liquid lipstick. As far as lip combo, I had to show this one because this is pretty much all I wore the entire year. The lipstick I got at Fame Expo, and I don't even know when that was, but ever since then, I haven't stopped wearing that, and it is the Melt Cosmetics Nude Lipstick. I'm all for nude shades, but this one is just perfect. It is pure perfection. It is a shade right here. It is more of a peachy nude. I don't really normally gravitate towards peachy nudes, but this just, it won my heart this year. Anyone else do that? Check their lashes as soon as you sneeze. Okay, that can't be happening. Speaking of lashes, I kind of forgot to talk about these. This year I started purchasing from Socialize, and I just love their lashes. I tried a couple other brands, but I kind of just always went back to these. So these are 2 of my favorite actual styles from Socialize. This is in the style Vixen, and this is in the style Glamorous. I have repurchased these several times throughout this year, and I will definitely continue purchasing them. I think these are my 2 favorite styles, besides the one that I'm wearing today, but I didn't feel like I've had them long enough to really put them in this video. But they're awesome. They are the Mink 2.0s. Maybe they'll be my favorites for 2016, I'm sure. But in general, Socialize, I love their lashes. They're super easy to apply, and they're pretty overall affordable. Although Anastasia liquid lipsticks did not make my yearly favorites, their lip glosses did, because I just think they are super amazing, smell delicious, and they just last a long time for lip glosses. They're super pigmented too, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the combo of these 2 has been the combo of life. This is Undressed. This is the lip gloss from Anastasia, and again, this is Nude from Melt Cosmetics. The combo of these is just to die for. The combo of the lip being a matte and then adding a little bit of a gloss to it just is perfection. That's all it is. That's all I have to say about it. If I could wear one combination the rest of my life for my lips, it'd be that. Even though that sounds so plain Jane, that'd be it. As far as mascara, I did try quite a few this year because I wanted to kind of experiment for my kit, and either way, this came back to be my favorite. I've been using this for years and years, ever since I was watching Carly Bible when I was younger, and she always talked about this mascara, and she was totally right. I've been using it ever since then. It is the L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. There's so many tubes that look just like this that I recommend this to people, and they go and get different ones, and it's not the same. But the actual brush on this, I think, is what makes it so amazing. It just really separates your lashes and just does an amazing job. So I did try a lot of new things this year, but in general, I always came back to this baby. So Telescopic L'Oreal, my favorite mascara of 2015. Lastly, I think, is what I set my face with the most in 2015, and that is Model in a Bottle. I've been using this for a couple of years now, and I did try some new setting sprays this past year, but this one just obviously was still the winner. I always feel like I have a full-blown facelift every time I do this. It really helps to mattify your makeup and last all day, and I can't say enough good things about it. The only downside is that you can't really get it at stores. You have to order online, so that's a real pain in the ass, but actually, one more downside to this is that if the spray comes and it sucks, like, great, cool, alright. It's just like a very heavy And I don't love the actual spray to this. I wish they would redo this whole get up here, but as far as formula, hands down my favorite setting spray of this year and of life. I feel like I'm missing something. So thank you guys so much for watching. Those are all my favorites for the year 2015. Definitely let me know what your favorites were, because I'm sure you tried some new products this year too. And let me know if you tried some new products because I talked about them. I would love to hear that also. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And I will see you soon in my next video. Bye guys. Happy 2016. Bye. Go through each category kind of how I put my face on. If you are new, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. All of my absolute holy grail products from this top. I pretty much use this every single time I use my makeup. And by use, I mean do. Doesn't go well. Was just amazing. I used it the entire year. I'm kind of touring shades, but these more of a, well, it's a champagne shade. More of a pinky, rose, beautiful. I don't know. I can't describe things today about all their far. I would definitely say, calm yourself. Well, Anastasia liquid lipids. Ochre.